When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
Check. 40.
Let's go. We got two.
Jones. He's checking.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Jones. And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go, D.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Bud Dupree, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Third and long. It's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be set. First quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Get some penetration here.
Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Let's go.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now Jones. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Jones has it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Come on,
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Ryan into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious. He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off play action, Tannehill. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about it. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
That's how you score.
Ronald Jones doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutt's good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lutz to try to end the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch the screen.
Here's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
Here we go.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go
Your
anywhere.
trip is here, baby. Your
Adrian
trip is
Claiborne,
here.
the one who makes the stop.
Second and 10 at the Falcons' 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 25.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, That means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked them down in a hurry.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop me. Wait. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge.
On second down, Freeman.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
That'll get a little bit back. Give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Blue 80. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Watch the curl.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I got him.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school, and now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Yeah, baby, boom.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged him.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They'll run it. Freeman going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Pittsburgh. In your face.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Four down, four down.
Ready, ready.
The give is to Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go,
Say go.
A give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline and kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go.
They'll go again to Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Let's go.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Let's go. Let's go.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Check. 45's the mic.
Don't let him breathe.
Shoot.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
18 Gator.
I got him. I got him.
5.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run. Devontae Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Great game.
This game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
Just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right. He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for 3 and 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They toss to Freeman. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So with fourth down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, it can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Let's go.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
They can't hang with us.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
You ready?
4 at the 38.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. 60 yards. Protein spill.
You got nothing.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
45.
From the 38, Tannehill. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game.
We got 4.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's second and 8 now.